In our headlines tonight, Governor Biano urges traditional rulers to entrench enduring peace in communities. Over 40,000 beneficiaries access Anambra Health Insurance Scheme. More Nigerians join call for restructuring the country. Good evening. Glad to have you on the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. The Anambra State government has presented certificates of recognition to the traditional ruler-elect of Umunnachi in Dunukofia Council area, Igwe Ben Anoche. In a similar development, the traditional ruler of Ochuche Umodu in Obaru Council area, Igwe Vincent Ijoma, also was presented his certificate of recognition by the Anambra State government. The presentation was performed by Governor Willow Biano at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, in a brief ceremony. Government House correspondent Ejika Bana was there.
The ceremony was attended by commissioners and other top government functionaries, a host of traditional rulers, members of the State Assembly, and other stakeholders in the state. The certificates bring to 55 the number of certificates presented to traditional rulers by the present administration. Governor Obiano asked the traditional rulers to use the opportunity offered by the government recognition to enthrone lasting peace in Obaru. The governor expressed optimism that stakeholders and all community members will rally round the traditional rulers-elect in the state government's quest to foster increased development in communities of the state. He pointed out that the state government continue to do their bit to meaningfully keep the youth in check. They should replicate same in their communities by setting up committees for such purpose.
This certificate I'm presenting to you this afternoon is a certificate that should enable you bring your people together. Very important. It's not a certificate that will enable you destroy your people. The second one is what Abogidi alluded to with respect to youth. We have had very serious challenges in cultism among the youths. And you look at the youth sooner, what is very important.
The Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Chief Greg Obi, said that the governor makes such presentations because he understands the importance of the role of the traditional institution. He explained that Ochuche doesn't have a constitution other than an agreement dated 1977, advising them to do so to prevent future skirmishes, stressing that the state government has set up a committee who sat and made recommendations which brought the day to limelight. On the case of Umunnachi, Chief Obi pointed out that they had a traditional ruler from 1977 to 2006, asking everyone to shun instigating internal strife in their communities because the state government has the powers to suspend or dethrone such traditional ruler as the security of the state remain paramount.
If a personal internal strife, any Igwe certificate, Mr. Chopter, that instead of using that certificate for peace in the community, or community or among the other towns. Daniel might hesitate. I personally would not hesitate to recommend to His Excellency I suspend such a person.
In a comment, the chairman Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Igwe Alfred Achebe, asked the new traditional rulers to rule with patience, peace, and tolerance. The traditional rulers said that they will hit the ground running and promise to initiate ideas that will positively benefit their communities, carrying everyone along.
Justice and equity. When there's justice and equity, there will be peace. And when there's peace, there will be progress. Like he said, investing on the youth. Investing on the future of the community.
We are going to work seriously on the unity issue in a town and bring them together. People who are not smiling today, it's our function, it's our main duty now to put smiles on their faces.
Traditional music rendered the air as everyone danced in jubilation.
Enrollment into Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme has continued with more agencies keen into the initiative. The enrollment, which is web-based with biometric capturing, has over 40,000 registered persons across the state who are already accessing quality health care. Correspondent Valentine Ubadoga reports.
State Health Insurance Scheme is an initiative of the state government through the Anambra State Health Insurance Agency targeted at ensuring that Anambra benefits from such quality healthcare interventions at affordable cost, irrespective of their social class. The scheme has it that with the payment of 1,000 naira by any resident of the state, which amounts to 12,000 naira per annum, the person will have access to quality health care irrespective of the sickness and cost. Speaking, the Executive Secretary, Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Simeon Onyemechi, assured the sustainability of the scheme as according to him, the state government has institutionalized it through the Anambra State Health Insurance Scheme Law 2016. He said that the enrollment is ongoing at the 21 local government headquarters, stressing the need for every Anambra to be part of the process.
It's a very big improvement from what the National Health Insurance Scheme is doing. For us in Anambra, His Excellency has graciously granted and made available funds to ensure that 4 children below the age of 21 is captured. And this is not limited to civil servants. Those who are traders, artisans, market women, and market men across the state, farmers, anybody can actually enroll into the scheme by paying 1,000 naira every month.
Also speaking shortly after the enrollment, the chairman and managing director, Anambra State Fiscal Planning Board, Barrister Chike Maduekwe, while expressing his delight on the speedy nature of the registration process, stressed that the initiative is one of the legacy projects introduced and executed by Governor Willie Obiano-led administration.
But with the Anambra State Health Insurance policy, you just pay 1,000 naira a month, I believe, and you have access to quality health care in some of the best hospitals in the state. Therefore, anybody who hasn't enrolled, especially the civil servants, should quickly come and enroll.
In their separate speeches, the head of administration, Anambra State Physical Planning Board, Mrs. Fidelia Modebelo, and the staff of the institution, Mr. Daniel Okeke, who commended the agency for perfect implementation of the scheme, noted that they will convince more people in their various communities to be part of the scheme. Meanwhile, a beneficiary of the scheme, Mrs. Onyinye, who is currently receiving maternal care at Regina Cheli Hospital, Oka, after delivery, confirmed that the scheme is what everyone should be part of, as she paid nothing regarding her antenatal, ultrasound, and even at delivery.
A lot of things come for my lab, and Chanine free, my ultrasound, almost 2 times free can make with you. So kita ichonna ombe bill for Tasmania na spa no kwa free when onwe kwa anything be much onyanwa ga.
In Oka, I am Valentine Mbadoga reporting for ABS News.
Bishop Alexander Ibezim of the Anglican Diocese of Oka has emerged the new Archbishop of the Ecclesiastical Province of the Niger. Right Reverend Ibezim was elevated during the House of Bishops Conference held recently in Lagos. Our religious correspondent, Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, has the details.
The Archbishop-elect, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, was enthroned Bishop of Oka Diocese in November 2010. The clergy and laity in the diocese received him at the Emir's House, Oka, with joy and thanksgiving. While felicitating with Oka Diocese, the Archbishop of Aba Province and Bishop of Umuahia, Most Reverend Ike Chinwosu, extolled the clergy and laity in Oka Diocese for their support, which made Archbishop Ibezim succeed. He stated that the House of Bishops found him worthy, hence the elevation. Most Reverend Nwosu prayed God to give him the grace to do more work in his ministry.
By ordination, by consecration, we are the most senior. We are the most senior. But in a match, I am more. She never be a moraria. We quadron the authority. Move for the only war para Ghana.
The Archbishop-elect, Most Reverend Ibezim, who thanked God for his new status, said it was a historic and landmark achievement. He promised to continue to nurture souls for the kingdom and to impart more in the society, even as he called for more prayers to enable him succeed in the new status.
alaeze Chineke wee nwee ike guzosi ike ọbụna dị n'ọgbọ nke anyị tụmadị na Anambra State.
The wife of the Archbishop-elect, Mrs. Martha Ibezim, solicited the support of the women ministry to make the task easier for herself and the Archbishop. Speaking on behalf of the clergy in the diocese, Venerable David Monano of Ichida Archdeaconry stated that they will continue to remember the prelate in prayers as the elevation is for all in the diocese. The President, Council of Knights, Sir Emma Emelomado, congratulated the new elected Archbishop, stating that he is energetic, intelligent, visionary and charismatic. He prayed God for wisdom, strength, understanding and vision to pilot the affairs of the 9 dioceses in Anambra State. The reception featured rendition by the students of Bishop Crowder Memorial Secondary School, Oka. Archbishop Alexander Ibezim will succeed Most Reverend Godwin Okpala of Nnewi Diocese, who will embark on retirement in September. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
More concerned Nigerians are joining the call for restructuring of the country to protect the future of the nation. A one-time chairman, Oka North Local Government Area, Elder Nnanna Egwu, joined in the call at Oka during a book launch titled Restructuring Nigeria's Unworkable Federal Structure, a compendium on the imperative of fiscal federalism in Nigeria. The book is authored by Mr. Polycarp Onwubiko, a practicing journalist in Oka. Correspondent Valentine Madura was there and reports.
Elder Egwu, in an opening remark, said that restructuring Nigeria has become imperative given the current situation in the country, which includes insecurity, economic and political instability, disunity, among others. He faulted the 1999 constitution enacted by the military as the major cause of the Nigerians' divided interest and called on the executive arm of government to convoke a national conference to implement restructuring of governance in Nigeria, which according to him was President Muhammadu Buhari's major campaign promises. The book reviewer Professor Frank Collins Okafor of Anambra University, Oka, however, noted that restructuring is a constitutional matter and cannot be achieved by the executive arm of government alone.
The pragmatic argument for restructuring is compelling. Restructuring is not just a matter of ideology. It has become one of effectiveness, efficiency, and sustainability, unquote.
Earlier, the Vice Chancellor of Anambra University, Oka, Professor Charles Esimone, represented by the Director of Information, Public Relations and Protocols, Dr. Emma Ojukwu, urged the electorate to continue the demand for restructuring, stressing that the legislature should be responsible for taking the burden of the people they represent to the national platform.
Sincerity is a question of the demand. The demand. The people should demand because the government is about the people. If the people preponderantly want decentralization, I think the government should give in.
In a speech, the author of the book, Mr. Polycarp Onwubiko, said that his experience and extensive readings of political events inspired him into writing the book and re-echoed that for Nigeria to take her place in the committee of civilized and development-oriented countries, it has to go back to true federalism. Others who spoke at the event, including the Anambra State Council Chairman of NUJ, Sir Emmanuel Ifeznachi, and the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Anambra Newspapers and Printing Corporation, Sachoka Nnabife, commended the author for choosing the title, which they said has opened another intellectual avenue for discussion on the particular way forward, adding that the content of the book is recommended for everybody. In Oka, I am Valentine Mbadoga, reporting for ABS News.
And you're still watching ABS TV, channel 2 for Oka. We shall be taking a break. Don't go away.
In all the cities and all the streets,
in all the places where people meet,
from Niger to yonder, we got you talking.
You are the one that's falling to keep you talking.
Yeah, talking. We got people talking.
Talking.
We've got people talking.
Dressing from east to the west to the south, everywhere they cover, they know be mouth.
5 times bonus to call all networks on every recharge. We get you talking.
Welcome back to the rest of the news. The Central Bank of Nigeria has mandated deposit money banks to give out minimum of 60% of the deposits as loans with effect from September this year. The order was contained in a letter to all banks titled Regulatory Measures to Improve Lending to Economy, signed by Mr. Ahmed Abdullahi, Director of Banking Supervision. The letter maintained that the order is to encourage small and medium enterprises, retail, mortgage, and consumer lending across the country. The 9th edition of the monthly Walk for Physical Fitness exercise, held for the second time in Onitsha, attracted more participants, including the Anambra Sports Ambassador and Olympic medalist Mary Onyali Omagbemi and other dignitaries. Correspondent Kenneth Chukwuchukodi, who also participated in the exercise, brings the details.
The Anambra State Government organized monthly Walk for Life fitness exercise, which holds every first Saturday of the month, entered its 9th edition with guest appearance of sports personalities, including Olympic and Commonwealth Games medalist Mary Onyali Omagbemi and Super Falcons assistant coach Maureen Madu. Speaking at the end of the walk, which started at the Zix roundabout and terminated at the Chuba Ibazu Stadium, the chairman, Anambra State Sports Development Commission, Mr. Tony Oli, expressed satisfaction that the exercise is attracting more participants and disclosed that plans are on to take it to other parts of the state, including Nnewi and Agwata, so that more Ndi Anambra can join.
And it has proven that the terms to be reckoned with. Each time we hit Onitsha, it's always a huge crowd. As you can see today, all the way from Boromeo down to getting GRA and back here. So it has been a successful day.
In an interview, Mary Onyali Omagbemi and Maureen Madu, an ex-Super Falcons player and the current assistant coach for the country's women's team, noted that the 9th edition of the walk was a homecoming for them and extolled the state government through the Sports Development Commission for thinking it wise to keep Ndi Anambra fit and healthy.
I'm using this opportunity to tell everybody in Anambra, whenever this exercise is taking place, please listen out for the dates, the next date and the next venue. Whenever you see it and wherever venue is taking place, join the team. Join the team. You don't have to be in uniform to join us.
Walk for Life has come to stay in Onitsha, and also to encourage everyone that you have to exercise, eat and rest if you want to live healthy. So I think this is the most important thing in life.
In their separate reactions, the Principal Secretary to the Governor, Sir Willie Nwokoye, the Commissioner for Works, Mr. Marcel Ifejiofo, and his agriculture counterpart, Mr. Nnamdi Onukuba, as well as the Senior Special Assistant to Chief Mrs. Ebelechukwu Obiano on media, Mr. Emeka Ozumba, affirmed that it has been refreshing to keep fit through the Walk for Life exercise, urging more Ndi Anambra to keep fit and healthy by participating. This edition of the Walk for Life, apart from witnessing large turnout of Onitsha residents, also witnessed more children participation as Ogene music, which has become an integral part of the walk, added leisure to the walk as participants were also treated to food breakfast and aerobic exercise at the end of the walk. It's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, www.absradiotv.com. And now, a recap of the main points before we go. Governor Biano has urged traditional rulers to entrench enduring peace in communities. Over 40,000 beneficiaries are accessing Anambra Health Insurance Scheme. More Nigerians have joined the call for restructuring of the country. And that's it on the news tonight. Thank you so immensely for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujake. Good night.